So before getting into the transaction, let me show you a subcontracting flow and how like the processes is going to go on. So there are few of the key areas on which we are going to focus today. First one will be like a multi-level bomb as well as your subcontracting process, and obviously with some report as well. Okay, just a moment. Okay, so this is basically a flow chart which I have created. So let's take a case. Let's assume we are going to manufacture a computer. Okay, so there are few materials which are required to manufacture the like computer. Okay, and let's say you have like your audio repair set, you have some hardware, you have some electronics. Okay, so this main bomb we can consider as our main product, that is computer. After that, assume we have four different raw material. Now these two are subassembly. What I mean by subassembly, in order to manufacture this particular product, there would be some more material which are going to be required in order to fulfill this SFG. Okay, so basically there are two process which we are going to see today. One is for one of the subassembly, we are going to manufacture this in-house. Okay, and another one we are going to give on a job work which we can call as a subcontracting as well. Okay, once we receive this material from our subcontractor and once we complete the production for this SFG, we will have this one, this 2RM and this fourth SFG. So altogether, then we will run a final production entry and then our complete manufacture process will get happen. So let's get started. Okay. So this is basically my screen. Okay, ERPNext being a web application, you can put like this URL maybe on your laptop, computer, on your phone. Okay, once you put this URL, you'll be having this username and password. Once you put that, simply you can log in into ERPNext. Okay, let me take you to the home page. Okay, so once I go to my home page, this is something which we call as a workspace. So on the left hand side, you can see few of the navigation which shows that we have several module like accounting, buying, selling, stock, asset, HR, payroll. So these are some of the core module present in the ERP next. If I click on any of the module, let's say I'll click on manufacturing. So it will show me all the relevant and necessary document with regards to manufacturing. So on the top, you can see there are few of the shortcuts. We have reports, master. Okay, we have some tool, we have manufacturing setting. So these are all the document related to the manufacturing. So now let me show you the item master. So as you know, in order to proceed with the manufacturing cycle, there are some prerequisites in order to fulfill your manufacturing cycle. So as you can see, there are few of the raw material SFG main item which have already created. So here you can see the item name, item group. Okay, so these are few of the items which I have created for today's webinar. Now let's get into the BOM. So you can call this as a BOM or else bill of material. So you can see at the top, BOM Sony is your main FG and this BOM SA, DM and EM is your SFG. So now let's see this first BOM. So what does this BOM indicating? In order to manufacture one quantity of Sony TV, these are few of the raw material which are required with this much quantity, and this is a current valuation rate. So in the system, we have an option where we can define the rate on a basis of multiple cost configuration, whether you can have like a price list, valuation rate, or anything. Okay. On the left hand side, if you wish to attach any of the document or any PDF, you can do that as well. Okay, now here you can see there are two sub assemblies. Okay, let me show you one by one both of these. Once I click on the edit button, here you can see there is a BOM associated with this. So what does this indicating? That in order to manufacture display module smart television, there is a one more process, there is a one more cycle which you have to go through. So here you can see in order to manufacture this particular SFG, below are the few of the raw materials which are required with specific quantity and obviously with some valuation rate. Okay. On the left hand side, you can see again a option for the attachment. Okay. Now let me show you the another BOM. Okay. This is my another subassembly. Once I click on that, it will redirect me to that BOM. Okay, so out of this two bomb, one bomb is something which I'm going to manufacture in-house, and this bomb is basically which I'm going to give some hire some vendor. Okay, I'll be subcontracting this particular process. Okay, so you can see the raw material and quantity required for this bomb. Okay, once you configure all of your bomb, your sub assemblies, okay, once that is done, simply you can jump to the production plan. Okay, now let me show you how you can issue a production plan. Okay, you have to simply click on add production plan. Once you click on that, there will be some option on your screen. First one, we have naming series, posting date. You can select the company. Let's see if you have multiple company. Okay, now here I'll be selecting that particular item which I'm going to manufacture. Once I select that, system will pull the primary bomb which is associated with this particular FG. Here I'll put the plan quantity as a 5. My main FG warehouse is finished good. Once I click on get subassembly, it will show me all the subassembly bomb which are linked with this particular main bomb. So here you can see there are two bombs. Okay, one is showing as a manufacturing type as a in-house, another one is subcontracting. Now let me get some material. Okay, once I try to do the get raw material for purchase, it's showing me that already there are some sufficient stock. So what I did, I've already uploaded few of the opening stock in my system in order to fulfill my production requirement. So we have some enough numbers of stock present in our warehouse. Okay, this is basically a stock balance where you can get a overall summary for your stock. Okay, it is showing you the item group, under which warehouse how much quantity is present with particular valuation rate. Okay, if you wish to take a print PDF or you wanted to export this particular document or this report, you can do that as well. So this is basically a common feature in ERPNext. You can download any report or you can email, print, take a PDF, whatever you wish to. Okay, so here in this sub assembly, this subcontracting, I have to link that particular vendor to whom I'll be sending the material for the this subcontracting. Okay, so here I have to associate that particular vendor to whom I'll be sending this raw material. Okay, so once you select that particular supplier, you have to simply save this. Okay, let me just cross verify. Okay, yeah, all good. Now I'll simply submit this. Again, we have option on the left hand side. If I wanted to put any attachment, I can do that. Okay, currently it's showing zero quantity produced. Okay, just now I've submitted my production plan. It's showing me as a zero. Let me show you one of a report in ERPNext, which is bomb stock calculated. So what does this report is indicating? Let me show you. First, let me select one of the bomb. Okay, let me take an example for this subassembly. I'll select that, and here I'll put the quantity as 100. So what it will show me, against it, whatever raw material are linked, it will show me how much is a per quantity required. Okay, what is the available quantity in your warehouse. Okay, and how much is a required is 200 and I'm having 400. That means I'm having surplus for this quantity. So it's showing me difference as a 200, and other thing. Okay, so this is one of the key report for the manufacturing. Now let me go back to the production plan. Now once you click on the create button and click on the work order, okay, it will automatically issue your work order as well as your purchase order. Okay, so firstly what we are going to do, firstly we'll be manufacturing that particular SFG which we are going to do in-house. Okay, then we will be going to our that subcontracting process. So this is basically your work order. Okay, here you can see current status as a draft. This is the item which you are going to manufacture. Quantity to manufacture is 5. This is a bomb which was associated to that. So here you have to update in the source warehouse, like where your raw material are present. Target warehouse is something where your finished product will be stored, and work in progress is something where your operations will be executed. So for the time being, I haven't linked any of the operation with this, but yes, ERPNext has that capability where you can link any of the operation. You can have your routing process with a specific bomb. You can track costing as well as and how much like effort time has been like put it for that particular work. This is basically my print preview for the work order. You can see this is a standard print format for the work order. Okay, you can take a printout of this and you can issue this to your shop floor. Let me go back to work order. Okay, here I'll click on start. Okay, so firstly, I'll be transferring the material from the go down to work in progress where actual the process will get happen. So now this is basically a kind of a material transfer for the manufacturer. Here you can see all of the raw material which I'm going to transfer from the raw material go down warehouse to work in progress warehouse. Okay, with this much quantity, I'll simply save this and I'll submit it. So once I submit this, in a real-time system will show you that how much quantity got transferred. Let me show you the stock preview of that. You can see from raw material go down warehouse, this much quantity of this much item got outwarded and this much item got inwarded, and it will show you the current valuation rate as well as some financials value for this report. Okay, let me go back to my work order. So once your operations get got executed, you can complete your production and you can do a final manufacturing entry. Before that, let me show you one of the report, which is work order summary. Okay, so this is showing you that against a work order, what was the production item, how much quantity you have to produce, how much quantity you have produced. You can define a plan start date, end date, and what was the actual start date and end date. So now basis of that, system will give you a aging as well. Okay, let's say you have decided for a week, but it goes like for a 2 or 3 week, so it will give you aging as well. Okay, now let me complete this production. I'll click on finish. Okay, and there you go. So quantity to manufacture is 5. If I partially I wanted to do that also I can do. So we have that option. Okay, now here you can see all of the items which are present in the work in progress will get consumed, and my final SFG will get inverted into my main warehouse. Once I submit it, let me show you a stock preview of this particular entry. So it's showing you that this all of the raw material got consumed and this sub assembly got inverted, and this was the current valuation rate and this was the incoming rate for this particular item. So all of the costing for your raw material got capitalized in your main this SFG. Okay, so now our in-house production for one of the SFG has been completed. Now I'll go back to my production plan and I'll proceed with my subcontracting process. Okay, which I'll be sending for the job work. So already system have generated one of the purchase order. Here you can see the supplier which we have linked. Order type is subcontracting. Okay, so what is happening? Basically, we are just transferring the raw material to the vendor, and he will just charge us on a service basis. Ki this much is my job work charges. That much only you have to pay, and I'll be transferring the material to you. Once you complete the production, we'll do the payment and we'll get back the main SFG. So I'll put the rate as a 2000. So my overall rate is 10,000. Okay, so if you have any tax or anything, that thing system will auto configure. Okay, on the left hand side, if you have any attachment, any remarks or any instruction for this particular vendor or that guy, so you can attach that or else you can put in the remark. If you want to have any payment terms, any terms and condition, that also you can associate with this particular purchase order. Now let me do a save and submit this. Once I click on edit, it will show you some more detail related to your item. Okay, here I'll save this and I'll submit this. So that's how you can issue a purchase order. Currently the status is showing as a to bill and receive. Okay. Now let me put one of the subcontracting order. Before that, let me show you the print preview. Okay, we can go to subcontracting. So it's showing me against which purchase order has been associated, what was the required by date, to which vendor we are giving the order. So a system will pull each and every data from your purchase order. You just have to cross verify the data, the BOM, okay, and you have to put the supplier warehouse where you will be transferring. So I've just for the sample I've created this supplier warehouse. Okay, this is my main FG which I'll be getting back. Okay, below if I click on the service item, it will show me the service item. Okay, service item is nothing but my that job work charges, that is 10,000, and 129260 is my overall value for the this particular SFG. Okay, yeah, I have to select that warehouse. Let me select that warehouse as well. Okay, okay, so here I have put the raw material go down. Why raw material go down? Because my inventory are present in that warehouse. So now system will proceed with some other transfer entry. That's why system is asking for the configuration. Okay, this is basically a print preview of that. If you wish to take a print, PDF, download, anything you can do. This is basically a standard print for the subcontracting, which you can give to your vendor. Okay, let me go back to the subcontracting order. Before that, let me show you one of the report. That is some subcontracting raw material to be transferred. Okay. Okay, I think I have to go to the list view. Okay. So I'll go to the list view. Okay, if you wish to see any of the report associated with this document, you can simply click on the list view, click on the report. On the left hand side, it will show you all of the necessary document. Okay, so this is basically my subcontract order summary. Key, what is the item you are going to transfer, how much is required, how much has been consumed, how much has been supplied, and how much we have got return from that vendor. So this is my main report, subcontracted raw material to be transferred. So here simply I'll be selecting my vendor. So it will show me that you were supposed to transfer this much quantity against this order of this item, but the transfer is zero. That's why it's showing 100% in the pending. So now let me show you how you can transfer the material from your godown to your vendor. So I'll simply click on the transfer entry, click on material to supplier. Okay. So it will redirect me to one of our entry called send to subcontractor. By default, system pulls each and every data from your previous transaction. You just have to cross verify those data and you have to simply submit that form. Okay. I'll simply save this and I can submit this. If you have any attachment or any remarks, you can define that in the document. Let me show you the print preview. So this is basically a transfer. What I mean by transfer, like from your raw material go down, the RM got outwarded, and in the supplier go down, it got inwarded. So this was basically a stock preview for your this particular transaction. Now, once the transaction is being happened, okay, once the process is done by the vendor, you'll invert those material into your warehouse. But before inverting, let me show you one of the report in the system, that is subcontracted item to be received. So let's say you wanted to check the item which you have to receive from your vendor, which you have transferred, but you are supposed to receive. So this report will give you that overview that against this order, this is a main SFG which you have to receive. Required is 5, receive is 0. That's why 100% is showing in a pending. So this is my subcontracting order. I'll create my final entry, that is subcontracting receipt. System pulls each and every data from your previous transaction. Okay, you just have to cross verify the data and you have to just select that particular warehouse where you wanted to invert this, where you are inverting. I'll say in the raw material go down because this is a SFG, but again this will be a like a raw material for my main bomb. That's why I'll put over there. I'll simply submit it. Okay, let me show you a print preview for this transaction. So it will show you that your raw material is being consumed by a vendor and he has given you the main SFG, that is your sub assembly. Okay, that electronics into your raw material go down. This was your incoming rate. Okay, so yeah, so this was a print preview for that. So now our in-house production has been completed, our subcontracting process has been also completed. So now we are good to go, we can do the final main manufacturing entry. Okay, let me go back to the production plan. Okay, I'll open this. I'll go to my work order. Okay, as you can see, my SFG got completed. Okay, I'll open this one. Okay, let me click on that. Okay, so this is basically again my main work order. This is an item which I'm going to manufacture. This is a quantity to manufacture. In the configuration, I have to simply map where is my raw material present, like from where system have to consume the raw material, which is a target location, and which is your work in progress where your operations will get execute. I'll say work in progress. Once you do that, you have to simply save and submit this particular document. If you have any instruction for your shop floor people, you can simply do a attachment and punch up remark as well in the work order. I'll submit it. Before proceeding, let me show you again a report called work order summary. Okay. So here you can see our report is showing that process has been completed for your SFG. Produce was 5. How much produce is 5? But for your main FG, it's showing produce was 5, but to be produced is 0. So that's why it will show 100% as a pending. So now let me complete this particular transaction. So I'll simply click on start. So from here, our material will be transferred to source warehouse to target warehouse. Okay, I think this first subassembly is present somewhere else. Okay, okay, just a moment. Okay, so here as you can see, this item number 234, it's showing in a green. So what it's indicating that my item is present in that warehouse. Why it's showing green for this? Let me check. Okay, so if I go to my item master, okay, I'll go to inventory and I'll check in dashboard. Okay, so it will show me where actually it is present. So maybe I've okay, okay, by mistakenly I've inverted this in a finished good. That's why it is showing you in a green. So this is basically a signal which ERPNext give you in the transaction itself that you don't have that material in your warehouse. Okay, that's why it's showing as green. Now, once you save this, it will show everything in a green and you can simply submit this. So that's how you can submit a document. I'll show the print preview of this. Okay, RM got outwarded from my source warehouse and got inwarded in my target warehouse. That is my work in progress. Okay. So now we are only left with one of the final manufacturing entry, that is manufacture entry. So I'll go back to my work order. Okay. And I'll do the production. So here you can see everything is showing in a green. That means we are all set. We can save and submit this document. Okay, stock are being present. I'll save and I'll quickly submit this. So that's how your final manufacturing entry for your main product is been done. This is your stock preview. Your RM got consumed, your SFG got consumed, and your final product got manufactured. Okay. Now let me go back again to the production plan and show you the overall status for this. Okay, I'll go to production plan list. Okay, so yeah, it's showing you status as a completed. Okay, so it's showing you in a ink as well that this is 100% done. If I go in my work order purchase order, it will also show me as a completed. Let me show you one of the final report from my side, that is work order consume material. So against a work order, which raw material you have consumed, that it will show. Like it will show you how much was required, how much you have transferred, how much you have consumed, if there will being like extra consumed or there will being some extra return by the shop floor people. So that also it will show you in this report. So this is also one of the key report in the